Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Toby from 170, and in this video we are going to talk about one of the epic skills, which is non-trace and non-KVK skill, and it's available to all of the audience, both F2p and way to win. And it's, in my opinion, this is one of the best skills available in the game for your mages, and it can also be utilized for your non-mage or sport uh, immortals likewise because of its unique ability. The name of this skill is Death Breath, and in the Tower of Knowledge, it's available at level 39. First one here, Death Breath. First of all, let's go through the description of the skill, which is really very simple. Every 6 seconds, so every 6 seconds this skill will trigger. There is no condition on it, like a probability condition, like every 6 seconds there is the 50% chance of trigger. No, it will trigger definitely every 6 seconds. That's said. Causes physical damage rate 75% at level 8 to all enemy units. Whole 4 units will have 75% damage physical, and then they will also get magical damage. Sorry, first they will get physical damage and they will also get magical damage. Okay, 75, both type of damage 75%. All right, so in a way this skill is gonna cast 8 instances of damage once it's triggered. All right, so like 4 times physical damage and then 4 times magical damage to the whole team, a total of 8 times of trigger in every 6 seconds. That's a lot of trigger, and most of the players will currently use this skill on their mages, which is very excellent position to use it on. I personally used to play uh, Death Breath on my Empress Blue in the start. Instead of like Annihilation, I used to play Death Breath. But currently in my current setup, I'm using Death Breath on my Syndioc. And here's the catch that, like I mentioned, there are 8 instances of damage, for physical and for magical, and this skill helps you so much to get those crits, or like making use of those instances in this skill is actually more useful than actually utilizing this skill for its damage. But that's just my take on it. A lot of people will like to use this skill for the damage alone. um, Coming back to the main thing, it's again the instances, and then again from there comes in its synergy with the other skills. And here I like to sync the skill with the synergy of my Syndioc's ability of, let me show you where I can show you. Yeah, from the second half I read, for the next 6 seconds an explosion will trigger whenever the enemy receives one critical attack, causes physical damage to all enemy units 25%. Sorry, 250%. Now, to get those trigger of crits in, you will have to deal damage to the enemy in an instance. Okay, and this skill is giving me that instances 8 times every 6 seconds. So there's a chance every 6 seconds that I can deal, well, it's not very realistic thought, but I can deal 8 crit triggers in 6 seconds, which will trigger my Syndiox alt 8 times, and that's giving me a lot of burst. Just like an idea to give you how I'm trying to utilize it. In a similar manner, this skill also goes really extremely well alongside chase. If you are using a fire march, or even if you are using a water march with Merlin, you can stack Death Breath alongside chase. And if you have a well-designed integrator, then you can go for the setup which I was utilizing before over here, like this. Right now it's on Empress Blue, but you can utilize the same thing on Merlin. I have someone test this in the past and it works really well, because Merlin actually deals some decent amount of crits as well, even though he does not have the Fire Dragon's crit buffs, but he is still very nice immortal by itself. So this skill can also be utilized on your sport immortals. If you are not using this skill on your magical image or your physical attacker, this skill can actually also go really decent on a sport immortal, because as you can see, the sport immortals over here, they have or let's say okay or decent or alright amount of both physical and magical damage output. So if you're not like using this skill purely for its damage and just getting a bit of a semi DPS type thing from outside of it, and I have tried this as well in the past. My friends have tried this, especially a friend of mine who's a big spender, Mocha. He just tried this in his team. It does work, but I don't think it's the best way to utilize it. If you have the option to do it like this, and you have other skills to put in the sports that you don't need Deathbreath in, then yes, this is another way to utilize this skill. Again, coming back to the non-mage and non-front row attackers, you can also utilize this skill on your Elizabeth or Khan in the back row, which are range type immortals. So once again, I can say this skill has a very large and wide variety of range where it can be used. And I personally believe that this is one of the best skills they have put out for the paid F2p audiences, because although it will be a bit expensive, because it's an epic skill, to unlock you need 20,000 soul crystals, and then upgrading itself costs you approximately around 150k or 170k, but it's worth it. And even as F2p you can build it, it's not that you cannot do it, it is still possible to build it as F2p players. So for the beginners, this was just a quick thought process on this skill. If you're looking to unlock it, then I would recommend you 100% to get this skill for your team, and it has a lot of options and choices to be used on. If there's anything that I have missed or anything you would want to know on specifically, you can ask me in the comment section. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.